Americans love their pets. About half of all Americans own a dog, and we treat our pets, our dogs, our cats, as members of the family. That's why video of a dog attack in New York City has struck such a nerve nationwide, igniting a debate over who should be held responsible. A 16-pound Chihuahua named Penny is recovering after being viciously mauled by two pit bulls. It was all caught on camera, and we're going to show you the video now, but you must be warned, this footage can be very upsetting to watch. What you're seeing in that video is multiple passersby all jumping in to help, trying their best to stop the two pit bulls from tearing Penny apart. One person was even bashing them with a cane. Trying to get pit bulls to let go, of course, can be very difficult because of the sheer strength of their jaws and their high tolerance for pain. Now, Penny unbelievably survived the attack, although with multiple puncture wounds and two 6-inch tears down her back. Her owners consider it a miracle.
If there hadn't been so many people there, we think that she could have passed away, but because so many people jumped in to help, she sustained no internal injuries and no broken bones.
Now, to make matters worse, police told Penny's owners that the officers can't get involved. In New York City and in many other places, by the way, dogs are considered property. So when they attack other dogs, it's considered a civil matter, not a criminal one. Some lawmakers in New York are stepping in. New legislation called Penny's Law would criminalize negligent handling in the case of a dog attack. Owners would be held accountable for leaving the scene. So instead of a hit and run, it would be a bite and run that could land you in front of a judge. So joining us now for more on all of this is Ken Phillips. He's known as the dog bite attorney. You know all about these kinds of cases. First of all, I'm just shocked that police can't get involved in a case like this when somebody's walking down the street with their small dog and two pit bulls attack and nearly kill, and in one case in just a couple months ago reportedly did kill another Havanese Shih Tzu in Central Park.
Oh yeah, it happens all the time. You know, this reflects a decision made by the lawmakers in the jurisdiction, in this case Manhattan or throughout New York, that certain things should be criminalized and other things we will tolerate. So the question is, what will we tolerate? To me, this is intolerable. But do the lawmakers have the guts to pass the proper kind of law that will take care of this situation? We'll see what Penny's Law looks like after it's proposed.
Now, if the pit bulls had attacked a human being, that would have been a different matter, right?
Yes, it would be a different matter. In fact, only about 10 days ago, the High Court in New York, the Court of Appeals, made a ruling very important for New Yorkers that finally recognized, after decades, that there is such a thing as dog owner negligence when it comes to the handling of dogs. So if a pit bull attacked a person in New York, and it was a pit bull that had never attacked anybody before, but if the owner was negligent in walking the pit bull, then there could be a civil case coming out of that.
What about dogs like these two pit bulls, which are alleged to have attacked not once but twice already that we know of?
This kind of a dog almost everywhere falls under the definition of a potentially dangerous dog, or dangerous dog, depending on how it's worded. A dangerous dog is a dog that has shown a tendency or a desire to go after other people's pets or other people. And this is clearly one of the things that must be recognized, namely that when you have a dog that goes after other people's pets, that dog someday there's a high risk the dog will bite a person.
Right.
Because of what's called a redirected attack or simply a mistake by the dog, where they're going after another dog and they end up biting another person.
And we have just learned, just like in the last couple of hours, that the district attorney in New York has ordered the DA's office to look into this dog mauling case. So it sounds like this recent attack has gotten people's attention. Just very quickly, how often are pit bulls involved in attacks like these?
Okay, if you're talking about attacks on other people's pets, pit bulls are responsible for about 90% of the fatalities and the attacks, because this is a breed that was developed for the purpose of fighting other dogs. So they're doing what mankind asked them to do. They're fulfilling their function. So yes, they are dangerous to other people's pets.
All right. They're also dangerous to people. I think most people who've been killed by dogs have been killed by pit bulls, as opposed
About
to...
70% of them, yes.
Right.
Yes, 70%.
Thank you for watching. Subscribe below and download our NewsNation app right now on your phone, and you will get fact-based, unbiased news for all Americans.